Hi, this is Elizabeth Eakin. I am just going to go through a few things in Google Docs because this can be kind of confusing. So if you're trying to work on your lesson plans for Madison Park, hopefully this video will be a little bit helpful. Maybe it will have more than you need. Maybe it won't have everything you need. Feel free to get in touch with me if you need more. So to start off, everybody got an email from Priya that looks kind of like this. And you have a folder with your name on it, and you click on that folder. And your folder probably opened up, and instead of having these folders that I've already made, it had a template that is a Word document for our lesson plans. So the first thing I recommend doing so that you can find this folder later really easily without going to your email is to click on your name up here and add this folder to your drive. This way, when you go over and click on My Drive, you're going to see that folder and it's going to be really easy to get to instead of going back through your email. Okay, so next up, I think everybody has this document right here that Priya shared. It's a Word doc, and there are a couple different options as far as creating your lesson plans from this template. First, I'm going to talk about doing it all in Google Docs, and then I'll talk about doing it in Word and then uploading your files to Google Docs. So if you're choosing to do it in Google Docs, the first thing you want to do is right-click on this document that Priya sent and open with Google Docs. So this is going to automatically turn that file from a Word file into a Google Doc file that you can then use to create your lesson plans. So if we go back to the folder that we just came from, so I'm just clicking on the tab that we were just in, you can see now that there is a Google Doc version of the lesson plan template. So I closed out the lesson plan template because I want to show you how to create a new one for you to do for each different day or each different lesson from this folder itself. So you can tell what's a Google Doc and what's a Word document by the little icon here. Word docs just have that W, Google Docs have the square with the lines. So when I want to make my lesson plan for, say, this coming Monday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click on the Google Doc version of the template, and I'm going to scroll down and click Make a Copy. So it creates that copy for me, puts it in the same folder, and then I can double-click on that new copy. It will open up. And the first thing I'm going to do is change the title so that it's unique and I can find it later. So for example, I'm going to be making my lesson plan for this coming Monday, which Friday was 9th, 10th, 11th, so I think it's the 12th. So 2016, 09, 12, and then we put our last name. And I'm putting the class that I'm teaching. I think that's probably one of the requirements too. Let's look back at the examples. Yeah, subject. So we have date, last name, subject, and then LP for lesson plan so that it's easy to tell that this is a lesson plan and not some other document. Okay, from there I can go and just input whatever I need to into this document. So chemistry 1, my name, etc., and then fill in the lesson plan just as you would in Word. So I'm going to close this out and go back to my folder. The next time I want to make a lesson plan, so say for the next day, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to right-click on that template, make a copy. It'll create another document for me. I can open it up, go in and change the date, the title, and make sure I'm using the next date so that it has a unique title so you can find it later. So another thing that we should pay attention to is who is shared on this document, so who can see it, to make sure all of the administrators that need to see it are able to. If you're using the technique that I just showed you where you right-click on the template, make a new copy, it's going to automatically share your document with everyone that the folder is shared with. But to double check that that's the case, you can click on the blue shared button up in the corner, and then it will open up and you can see Mr. Shackelford will come up first probably, and you'll see some other admin names. Make sure there's at least 9 other people shared on that document. Okay, so backing up, or actually before I move on, I think another thing that might be useful is, say you are working with another teacher and you're teaching the same subject. So I work with Mr. Anderson a lot. So if I want to let him see this document, this lesson plan, I click that blue share button and then I type his name in. So Mr. Anderson, he has his picture, so it's really easy to tell it's him. And then I would click send. So that's going to send him an email. He'll get the link specifically to this document. Okay. So if you prefer to work in Word and then upload your files from there, what you're going to do is we'll go back to that original Word document template. We're going to right click on it and download. So you'll open it up. I think it's going to take a second because I don't have Word open already. And then from there, it's just like you would normally operate your file. So you could save it to your desktop or whatever folder you're using. And then as you make a new copy of the template, make sure you're naming it a unique name so that it's creating a new copy in Word. And I'll show that too. Okay, so it opened up the template in Word. So I might, let's see, file, save as. I'm going to save it to my desktop. I think I maybe have already done that, so it might tell me that I'm overwriting, but that's okay. Nope, I guess I haven't done that. So I saved it to my desktop, so it's there for later, the original template. And then with Word docs, you can save a new copy with a new title, a new name, and it's not going to overwrite that original. It's going to make a new one. So you don't have to worry about making a copy like we did in Google Docs. Okay, and then, I think I did. So from there, to get those documents that you create, those new lesson plans into this folder, the easiest thing that I have found is to just drag them from either your desktop or from a file window, the what's it called? Finder window. So I could maybe click this if this is what I wanted to put in and drag it over. What I am going to do is instead, this is a lesson plan that I created when I was doing a sample. So I'm going to click on that and drag it in. And as you can see, it automatically populated. I think it's this one right here. Yep. Nope, September 1st. So last modified, this one's from today, the one at the top, which makes sense. I think it's sorted by last modified right now. Okay, if you have any questions about this process, please feel free to email me. It's eegan3@bostonpublicschools.org, and good luck.